When I did my last video, a lot of people were asking me about the expense cash envelope system that I was using in my Malden A5, and I have to say it worked really well in a Malden with all the space. The disadvantage was I had to take out the grocery money because I don't carry this with me all the time. Can you hear Ginger snoring? Ginger's got her Darth Vader on this morning. That's my purse that I'm using. So these were really good. I believe they were by Avery. I got them at Staples. They're very solid. They're kind of stiff. They were hard to punch, although having them not punched was better than having to repunch them. So I really liked these a lot, and I definitely needed to move the cash envelope system into my Portland, and since my dogs are not needing anything at the moment, I thought I would show that, and a few other things. There's a few inserts that I got. But what I did is I moved everything into zipper pouches with the exception of the cash for groceries, which is in my passport traveler's notebook. I wouldn't say this is ideal. I liked the Avery envelopes in the A5 better, but at this point I wasn't able to find them in the size that I wanted, and I had enough of these to hold me over. The problem is I needed to put a post-it on it so I could put the dates and mark it off. I needed to do my tabs, which came out okay. I like them. The first one is, God, I can't even remember. The first one I think is, for my Amazon Prime account. The second one is for my post office box. The third one is doctors, medicals, copay, prescriptions, things like that. And the last one is the Christmas one. And those are the closest stickers that I could find. And obviously they're not close enough because I couldn't remember the first one and the third one. But so these are working out okay for now. I certainly wish I could find something more like the Avery envelopes, because they're much more solid. I don't know. I like this closure better, dealing with money. I could have done just plain envelopes like I did originally, but they're kind of flimsy. I mean, when you punch them, I worry about them ripping, and I worry about the tops coming off. So I definitely wanted an envelope that was closable, and these are going to have to do until I find something a little bit more like the ones I had in my A5. The other thing I wanted to show was I put up a blog post today about two new inserts. One is this vertical month on 2 pages with a tab, and there are a few advantages to this. I find it easier to write in a list format that I was putting in the year on a page, but I can put more than one bit of information on each line. Second, it's thicker than the year on a page by virtue of it being a divider, although it definitely feels more papery than a normal divider. It is more ink resistant. Then there's also some lines at the bottom for notes, which I don't really have a plan for, but definitely things happen, and it's just always good to have extra space. It has the month before, and I think on the other side it has the month after, so you can always reference the months on this. The other thing is, since I was using a week on 2 pages with separate to-do sheets, everything would bulk up pretty fast, and I would have to take out both kinds of pages. And what was happening was there was a lot of information that was going into storage, basically, that I really needed to keep in my Filofax. So anything that was on this or the 2-page per week that I might need to reference at another time, like, for example, my car battery died last night. These can stay in for a year, and I won't have to worry about them coming out and not knowing. I can absolutely have put this on my year on 1 page, but that's assuming that nothing else was on that date already. I definitely could have fit this on the year on a page if I wrote small enough, but if there was a birthday or anything else, there wouldn't have been enough room. So that's why I like this. This is something Krista sent me, and I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but it's turned out to be really helpful for this so far. Ventura just got his brace for his leg, and he has a wearing schedule, and I needed to keep track of how many hours a day he was wearing it. He had to build up to all day, and normally I would have put this on whatever daily page I was using, but here I have it all laid out, so I can see how he did, see how long it took, and it's just on one specific page. I can see these working really well for grocery lists and things you do every day. I don't really have another plan for these, but I'm very glad that I had them, and they're punched on both sides so you can flip them. I think this is actually great. I think it is day timers. This is day timers, it says on the bottom. So I have to thank Krista for that, because she's really helping me with this guy. So thank you, Krista. So these are the individual to-dos I was using interspersed with the week on 2 pages. Now, I bought this. I don't really know why I bought it. It was just really appealing to me. They're a 2-page per day, undated insert, and the left side is just lines to write whatever you want. They're not timed or anything, they're just lines. And it says notes. The right side has categories, appointments, to-dos, and don't forget. And I'm not really using it like that. I'm taking advantage of the spaces and doing different things with them, but I'm not doing what it says to do. I still am doing the to-do list like I always have, just written out like that. But there are things that kind of got jumbled in there, like doing my nails and reminding myself to wash my face. I know that's horrible, but if I don't see it and I don't feel like doing it, and I'm tired, I won't. But if I write it down, I'm a little better with it. I'm doing a food log in here, and I've never really had a place for that. I was doing it on the week on 2 pages, but it wasn't ideal. It didn't have lines. There wasn't a set space, and I don't know, this is really working out well for me. And for this, don't forget, I'm doing things I absolutely need to buy at the grocery store, or if there's something I don't want to forget transferring over to the next day, you know, I'll do that. And I've been doing it a couple of days, and I really do like it. I don't always use all this space, and I can't imagine I would need to use one of these every day. But for days, I really need to get a overall neat look, because as much as I like my to-do sheets, they start to look a little hairy after a while. And I think sometimes I just need everything a little bit more compartmentalized than is possible with me just making the lines around. What I wanted to show you is the difference in the paper. I think this is actually thicker than the regular dated inserts. Can't really see the pens through it. You can see my date stamp, and you can see more of the highlighter than you could see on this month on 2 pages. Yeah, I mean, you can hardly see it. I see a little bit right there. So, so for someone who wants a little bit of more regulated space, certain days, I think this is a good insert. I think it's called the Day Planner, and I don't usually buy branded inserts, but there was something really appealing about it, and I bought it. I'm really glad that I did. I think this is going to be really useful for me. Now, if I find I'm using these all the time, I'm probably going to have to look into a dated set, because this would get really expensive to buy long term. But sometimes when you buy dated planners, you end up with a whole day of nothing, and you still sort of have to leave it with the set, because when you archive it, if you archive it, you've got missing days, and it's confusing. You know, did I lose them or did I not use them? And the other thing is, one day leaves into the other, so you can't really take this blank out without removing the day before and the day after. So I'll have to see how this goes. But I have to say, I really like that a lot. I think I see this as being a definite success. I know I'm going to use these already. I am going to use these. Whether or not I repurchase them or repurchase something like it is going to depend on how much I use them, I think. So that is about it. I'm not going to show the whole. Yeah, see, these were the week on 2 pages, and I really do need lines. This was a bit difficult for me to do. So, okay, well, happy Valentine's Day, everybody, and I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful Valentine's Day. And I just wanted to update on things that weren't quite ready the last time I made a Filofax video. And I'll say goodbye to Ginger. I don't know if you can hear her snoring or not. Hi, puppy. And I will say goodbye to Ventura. Oh, who's awake? Look at you. I love his eyes. He has guy liner. So, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And I look forward to everybody's videos that they post, and I smile every time I see a new one in my inbox. So thank you so much.